ギャル男宣言
Go, 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 ギャル男宣言 Go, 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 ギャル男宣言 Go, 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 ギャル男宣言 Go, 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 go おっす、俺ギャルを始めました BK 卒業パンツピタピタっていうか昨日も渋谷好きな食べ物はシーザーサラダガングロメッシュにからコンレンズパラパラダンスの猛練習パラダイスに陶酔表現中ギャル男ステージ金じゃら銀じゃら銀ギラピンマルキューセールは仁義なし全身バリバリやっぱり B3CALO キノコを食べましたトランス聞きました調子上がってきたみんなが大好きだ
Really? We're watching School Days today. Of all things, School Days. Like, I didn't mind Asmongodayo. We could watch that. Or how about Hellsing? That was a great show. Or how about anything but School Days?
Like, okay, if you guys are watching this video, you already know what this shit is about. I guarantee there's approximately 0 of you who saw the link saying School Days and thought, boy, I've never heard of this anime, let's see what old SFO has to say about it. We all know how shitty this is. We all know about Nice Boat. This thing is fucking infamous.
So why am I doing it? Well, because enough of you requested it. And by the way, fuck you.
School Days is a slice-of-life anime based off the visual novel of the same name. Our protagonist is Makoto Ito, an average high school dude. Now, he's got a thing for a pretty demure girl in his train called Kotono Katsura, and his gal pal Sakai Seonji decides to set them up. After some hijinks, Sakai finally succeeds and the two get together, only that...
何でもするよ。
じゃあね。
ゆっくり考えてろよ。ほら、電車来たし、今度いつでも。
Fuck this shit. Fuck you. I'm already done. Fuck this goddamn show.
Why? You fucking crazy assbag. Why did you set them up if you actually liked him? Is this the fabled women logic I've heard so much about? Must be, because every single woman in this show acts like a delusional bitch. Here, let me explain. Katsura's his girlfriend for most of the show, but Sakai fucks him. This little midget girl fucks him too. This ponytail girl fucks him. These three fuck him all at the same time. Shoop de loop? Well, she spends the entire show wanting another guy, but she inexplicably fucks him anyway. The only likable female character is a short-haired tomboy, and that's because she doesn't fuck Ito. Oh, but don't worry. School Day still fucks her over in the end. Thanks for wrecking the only cool person in the show, you jerks. Okay, I'm getting ahead of myself here. Ito spends time with Sakai, feeling her up on the roof of the school and then calling it practice for Katsura. Then he sticks his dick in her and also calls it practice.
Fuck. Alright, I know. I keep going back to the Ito fucking everybody thing. But that's basically what this show is. What half the total screen time is Ito grabbing at some random girl.
Now, it's already pretty shitty of Ito to be cheating on Katsura to begin with, but alright, fine, he's into Sakai now. But do you think he has the decency to break up with Katsura? No. Instead, he just bounces between them. When the show first begins, it's easy to not like Katsura. Sure, she's a nice person, but she's also pretty picky, she's high maintenance, and she gets flustered at the idea of even kissing her boyfriend. It's pretty easy to write her off as a cold fish. But by the halfway point of the series, these roles have entirely reversed. Suddenly, it's Katsura everybody feels for, as she gets bullied by the rest of the cast for claiming to be Ito's girlfriend, as he fucks everybody else behind her back. The drama reaches a fever pitch when the cultural festival rolls around. Most classes do cafes and haunted houses, but one has a sex booth set up, where couples can go and bang in private. Yeah, I have no idea how this is allowed either, but they even say that it's a tradition of the school. I guess this school is known throughout the ages for its fucking whores. Anyways, the sex booth is set up with hidden cameras, and not only is this how the cool short-haired girl from earlier is finally dragged down, but it's also how everybody finds out that Ito is a gigantic playboy.
You know what? It's so easy to say that Ito's a pimp. I mean, I thought that myself when he was laying more than one girl at a time. But it moves pretty quickly past that into disgust territory.
In the School Days game, this is actually addressed. Ito knows he's a sex addict, and yes, it's actually treated like an addiction. He feels genuinely bad for doing what he does to all these women, but he can't stop. In the anime, though, all of that character subtlety is cut out, and we're left with a whiny, bratty poop juggler who just wants to fuck everybody and not give a shit, and who cries and complains when finally none of them respond to his calls.
なんだよみんな。どうして誰も出てくれないんだよ。
Maybe it's cause you stuck it in all of them! By the end, he meets up with Katsura, who had gone completely fucking mental since their breakup, sitting around in the snow, calling him and talking to him even though the phone actually isn't going through anymore. Ito decides to go back with Katsura after seeing all the damage he's caused, but by then it's way too late. Whoopsie! Sakai's pregnant and she reveals us by screaming it in the middle of class. And being the classy guy he is, Ito says things like this.
ったく。なんであんなこと言うんだよ。世界のやつ。
Well, this is the worst situation I could possibly imagine. I will never want to be in it myself. I have no sympathy for you, dumbass.
And now we get to the infamous ending of the series. School Days, being a game, has many endings, and they decided to choose the biggest downer possible for the anime's finale. Ito asked Sakai to abort it, but I think Sakai misunderstood because she aborted him instead of the kid. Katsura and Sakai meet up on the top of the school, and Katsura... well... It's probably important to note for the 3 of you that don't know the story that a similar murder to the one that took place in the show happened in real life 2 days before the episode aired in Japan. So instead of the finale actually airing, they replaced it with a 30-minute reel of a boat and some classical music. That, combined with that fucking final scene, created the nice boat meme.
Best part is, my parents invited me to go boating with them a day after I had first seen School Days. Yeah, no.
Technically, School Days is a flop. It's got the same quality of animation as the game did, which is pretty sad for a TV release. The art is never deformed or ugly like on super budget shows, but it also never stands out or has any real movement to it. The music is equally mediocre, with its only noteworthy feature being catchy enough for you to hate yourself as you listen to your head for hours after the show is over. Character-wise, there's nobody really likable in this show. Ito is an unrepentant ass gargler who got everything he deserved. His friend, who idolized him for being said ass gargler, is also a fucking rapist, and nearly every single female character is basically an unlikable whore. Katsura is different in that she's a wet blanket at the beginning of the series and a psycho bitch at the end, only being likable during the middle third, and even then her likability is due to pity. The only saving grace is my lovely short-haired wife, who barely has any screen time, and who we don't see after her destruction in the viewing room. That story's never resolved or anything. We don't see if she gets better, she just cries and leaves the show. The plot, well, I really don't know what to say about it. Was the point of this story to make me sorry to be male? Well, it sort of worked. Was it to make me never trust women for my entire life? That worked too, but thanks to fucking 4chan, I was already on my way there. Was it just to tell an overly sappy drama story that was annoying when it wasn't boring as fuck? Totally hit the mark there too. There's 2 OVAs of School Days, but they're not really worth talking about. They're like Higarashi's OVAs, and they take place in alternate universes where nobody is dead, and they're all having goofy fun. But at least in Higurashi, that made sense. The humor in these OVAs is just like the few bits of humor they tried in the main series. Bland and unfunny. Well, no, maybe the robots being controlled via breast link-up was sort of funny. But that doesn't excuse the rest of the show.
There. School Days is over. I know that we do video games in the show now, and I know that there are 3 School Days video games. No.
Life's sweetest reward
let it flow. It floats back to you. Love boat. Soon we'll be making another run. The love boat promises something for everyone. Set a course for adventure, your mind on a new romance. And love won't hurt anymore. It's an open smile on a friendly shore. It's love. Welcome aboard, it's love.
I really should have thought this through.